you hear me okay? Yes? Yeah, really good. Okay. So here's the motivation. You're learning Python, you're learning this new language. It's kind of simple right now with Turtle. Questions you may have is, can you change the origin? Maybe, I'm unsure. I tried looking into that yesterday and I didn't come up successful, so right now it's kind of a no. But this other thing is, okay, with this new language, I'm simplifying the tools available, namely this Turtle module, so that you can pay attention to the nuances of the language. Like, you don't need semicolons, there's a bunch of spaces, indenting matters. And that's why I point you to the resources linked here, right? This reading from the Interactive Python website. It's not just a video, and I want to show you this resource. This is an online textbook. As I stated yesterday, because there's two classes going on, computer programming B, a lot of this stuff will be self-directed. So this is one of your resources. You're going to read and watch through these things. So if you go to this link, it may look like a video, but it's a textbook. You can go back a chapter on the lower left-hand corner and click that arrow, and you'll see this is the previous thing, Turtle Graphics, and here are all the headings. So if you find the arrow down here, you click on that, it brings you to the next section. If ever you need the table of contents, just click up here, and you can read through these exercises. What's great about this, it's interactive, so it gives you a lesson. You can run code that's there, here, run, and then it shows you a little turtle. Oh, look, it's making a box. No, it made a right angle. Okay, so we can make it do a box. And all this code, after setting it up, like I went over yesterday with the turtle module in Replit, then it should work. It even has little quiz questions, and you can check over these answers and hints like, I may take one or two questions exactly from these and put them on your quizzes. So be sure to look over these. And they're pretty nice. They each emphasize a point. I find that it's easy to read, although he's kind of wordy at times. But for the most part, it's like having a conversation with someone. So please use this stuff, right? Like making this a right angle. Which way does it turn? How do you fill? These are all resources. I'm by no means checking over your progress with these things, so you don't have to make an account. But this is a resource for you, because I wish I was more than one person at once, but I can't achieve that. Right, my robot clone is in the progress. So yeah, this is a resource. And what I wanted to go over, or at least make you think about this is, okay, in Python, let's try to make one of these shapes, okay? You'll see that in flags, like you did in last semester, there's ongoing patterns that kind of repeat themselves. Lots of flags are symmetric, lots of flags have these cool designs, and you know actually a lot to save yourself some time. Common things are stars or like asterisks and or pinwheels. This highlights an interesting point when learning a new language. It's a simple design, and we're going to try to maybe code up this thing, okay? This little three-pointed asterisk, maybe 5, maybe 6. But really, you can make a function, you can make a shorter amount of code that does all these things. And that's what I kind of wanted you to think about. So let's just start with the first one. I'll go to a replit and then highlight some things that are interesting that you should pay attention to in Python that I didn't get to highlight yesterday. So here's my replit. I think I copy and pasted the code from the first assignment. Things connect. Notice you have a run button up here that executes your code. This is a newer edition. Replit wasn't able to always draw output, like a visual output. It just was all like command line and text-based coding it could do. This is a rather new thing. So here we have Tommy. One of the things that's annoying is that the origin's up in the center of the screen versus the upper left-hand corner. After a semester, that kind of throws you all off, right? Yes, there are negative coordinates down here for the x and the y, like this corner, and it takes some switching, just like you do with your languages. Last semester, we stopped kind of with object-oriented programming. That's what's happening here. In this first line, from the turtle library, this is making a turtle, and this turtle's name is Tommy. Okay, we're accessing Tommy's shape method, speed method, color, begin, fill, go to, so on and so forth. All these methods belong to the turtle library. And maybe right now you're interested in, okay, I know go to, I know begin, fill, I know shape, but that's not good enough. What other functions exist? I turn to your textbook. You can go to this reference down here, summary of turtle methods, and it gives you a list of functions that are much more interesting to use. Today I'm going to focus on the forward and one of the turns, I think right turn. Those two functions, I'll demonstrate how they work on the screen. And then you can look at these others. Maybe you want to explore like stamp or shape or color or down or position. Those things look useful. Yeah, or do some Googling that I'm sure you're used to. So maybe I'll move Tommy down a bit. So Tommy, go to not 0, 0. Tommy's going to go down. I'll zoom in a bit more if you want to follow along. So go to, let's say, negative 100 pixels and positive 150 pixels. Okay, so it runs, it does its thing. Tommy's not doing this fast enough because I don't have enough time to waste, so I'm going to make speed 100. Okay, go. Ta-da. Shoot. Why do you go all the way up there? Console. What did I mess up on? Turtle object has no attribute go. Oops. Okay, error message. So notice you have two tabs here. Before in CodePen, that was kind of below one another. Now you have to go back and forth. If ever you see an error message here, click on there and it tells you some interesting information. Like here, I spelled the function wrong. It's go to, not go. Okay, so go to. Run. Okay, and I increase speed to 100 so it does it instantaneously. Maybe you want to do that. Or maybe you want to see it slower, so then you click on this and then you see it slowly draw. A good debugging method. But for me, I'm going to go with 100 because I got no time to waste. Ta-da. And then it did not go to. Why? Did I stamp? Oh, because it's in the middle. Okay. So notice order. So at the very bottom, I made Tommy go back home. Home currently is at the origin. Notice previously in JavaScript and in Java, you use comments being the forward slashes. In Python, I hope you noticed, a comment, it could be at the line by itself or afterwards. A comment is the hashtag symbol. I call it the pound symbol because I used to have to press physical buttons on a phone. Yeah, so this is the pound button to me. So pound takes go back home, the origin, aka the origin. So down here, we're going to make Tommy the turtle go to that position, right? And at the moment, by default, you'll notice the pen is down. So then maybe you don't want Tommy to draw this line. Tommy dot, I think it's up. Pen, yeah, picks up its tail. Up, right? I think I had a slide somewhere that shows you the motivation and origins of this module. The turtle module used to be this robot that would take inputs of very simple commands, and there would be a pen. That's its tail, and either it's down or it's up, so it leaves a trail or not. And then let's demonstrate. Okay, Tommy, I want you to go forward, right? 50 pixels. So whatever it's facing, it's going to go forward one. Notice you don't need semicolons at the end. So then run. Okay. Sorry, I'm impatient, so Tommy.down, because I do want to see the lines. Run. 50 pixels is not much. Let's try 150 pixels. Sorry. Forward? Oh, it's spelled wrong. Ah, yes, thank you. What's forward? Forward, right? There we go. I can't. Yes, yes. There we go. So then we see our line. Thank you for helping me debug that thing. So, right, 50 pixels, right? Okay. And then run. And now it does this line, and then we want Tommy to turn. We want to turn right 90 degrees. I think this is right instead of doing radians. So now, oops, clicked it too fast. Run. Enter. Run. Did I break it? What did I do? Please wait. Stopping. I'm too... Okay. Okay. I think it's saved. Let me refresh the page. It's my first time like developing much on Replit, so I'm learning this tool as you are. And so sometimes... There we go. Run. Right, so then Tommy turned. I think our goal was an asterisk, right? So then maybe you're turning, we have to go back to the center. So if you go forward, you have to go backwards something. Okay, and then now you turn. Oops, Tommy.turn. Maybe just 30 degrees or 60 degrees. to the right. Notice it's clockwise motion too. So then, no, not turn, Tommy right. And then it goes 50 right. And then you go Tommy dot forward, Tommy dot backwards. Notice the lines of my asterisk are the same. And then I hope you notice, like, okay, hold on. There's some repetition here. I know these lines. They're doing the same thing. Maybe I can use a tool of mine to better dang it, I did it again. Forward, right? Okay, there we go. So then we have a second line, and maybe you turn right again, 60, and then go forward and backwards. I hope you see some repetition here. I wanted to highlight one of the things I want you to use, a for loop. It helps save you a lot of time. Backward, 50, forward 50. And then also I want to show you, or maybe I'll just pause it there, and I'll show you the for loop, and maybe the other day you can investigate functions so we can generalize this to do something more complicated. I expected 3 things, but I only saw left. I really can't spell the word forward. Okay, so my angles are off, but there is a distorted asterisk, right? And to have this repeat, maybe instead we'll make Tommy go to a different coordinate, and I'll show you how a for loop works in Python. It's very different than what we're used to in JavaScript. Okay, for, you need a variable. Typically we like I, in, and then you have to investigate this range function. If I wanted a 5 points in my asterisk, then you'll have to do something like in range 0 to 5. I think it's exclusive of this second coordinate, and we're going to confirm that. Now what's different about Python is if you're expecting a different, like more things to come after this line, notice we don't have squiggly braces, right? And Mr. Chan likes to call them squiggly brackets to people, but they're braces formally, but the squiggly brackets. So a colon tells the computer there's more code, tells the Python interpreter specifically that there's more code to be expected. And notice right now it auto-indented for you. Right? Indentation is really important in Python for your functions, for your loops, and later when we have like functions inside of functions and if statements, that's how we format things, okay? And it's tricky at first, right? Because right now there's 2 spaces here, and that has to be in the same throughout your program. So then return 60 degrees, and then you move forward, and then you go backwards. 60 pixels, and then Tommy will go backwards 60. And maybe now on this corner of the screen, we'll see something different. Okay, we see a bunch of extra lines, and then what did I mess up on? Right, sorry. Every single time I type that word today, I think I messed it up. Backwards 60. Run. Okay, so then you see like a cool hexagon looking thing, right? So that's the new tool I wanted to equip you with. I pointed out some nuances of the Python language, the colon, the white space, some things that I hope you're getting used to. The comment is the hashtag symbol, this resource over here, a summary of methods. And tomorrow I'll probably teach you about functions, right? How do I generalize these patterns? Here is a great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided star, but I can do a 10-sided, 8-sided, so on and so forth, to help you with your flag assignments. Cool? That's all I have to say. I'll upload this to YouTube, if not now, then after class.